All right, man. Let's talk about Jalen Durham, drafting Jalen Durham, and the whole trade scenario and situation, man. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk Players for more videos like this. We had a lot of confusion on the live stream last night trying to decipher what exactly happened with Jalen Durham. So obviously we figured it out last night. If you didn't watch the live stream, we had a great conversation, chopped it up the whole shebang. So hopefully you guys hope you guys, enjoyed it. If you want to go back and watch it and relive, all of that, you can listen to it on Spotify, Anchor, both links in my link tree, or you can go back on YouTube and watch it. So apparently we ended up with Jalen Durham. All right, with some confusion. I think the Charlotte Hornets took Jalen Durham. Um, then we was like, okay, we got Jalen Durham for the 13th pick. We gave the Milwaukee 2025 pick. But New York got involved, and they like he going to the Knicks, he going to the Pistons, he going to the Heart. We don't know where he was going, but at the end of the day, Charlotte ended up get a Mark Williams with a 15th pick. And it kind of a situation here too. I'm gonna talk about, and I'll talk about in another video that nobody's talking about, at least in Detroit, is that Gordon Hayward contract was not moved last night. And most people thought that packaging a 13th or 15th pick to Detroit, and that's how we was gonna get back into the draft and get the center that we needed. All right, that's what we thought was gonna happen. And obviously, Charlotte, preferred Mark Williams over Jalen Durham. That's obvious. So, so now they don't have, now they was trying to trade PJ Washington earlier in the season before the trade down, and then it didn't work. Then they tried to move Gordon Hayward, and nobody would take on that contract. Now, you said, well, nobody take on the Gordon Hayward contract. One reason why was because Gordon Hayward has an expensive contract. That's why he has a very expensive contract, and it's 2 years left. It's not 1 year. If it's 1 year left, they could have got probably somebody to take that contract. So it's more. It's 2 years left at 30 and 30 plus $1 million. Um, so I mean, that's something to think about for a minute. So it was a lot to take on that contract. We said Detroit Pistons acquired 13 pick Jalen Duren, Kemba Walker in the NBA draft trade. It says Troy Weaver's added again. Detroit Pistons general manager agreed to second trade in as many days, acquiring Memphis Tigers freshman Jalen Durham with the 13th pick in the 2022 NBA draft. In a three-team deal with the New York Knicks, the Charlotte Hornets, the Free Press has confirmed Thursday night. The Pistons also taking on Knicks guard Kemba Walker, who has only 1 year, $9.2 million remaining on his contract, is sending a 2025 first round draft pick from Milwaukee, acquired 1 day earlier, to the Hornets. So the buyouts are expected to commence between Walker 32 and the Pistons. The Knicks are sending 4 second round picks to the Hornets, who also had the 15th pick from New Orleans and drafted Mark Williams. So, what basically happened here was that the Detroit the Knicks got cap space, so they went with cap space over a draft pick. They drafted the kid. They traded the kid they drafted from Dang from New Zealand, and they moved him to Oklahoma City. Now, kind of a little funny there, real quick, little tidbit. We all know the French kid coming out next year. Maybe Oklahoma City Thunder don't plan on being as bad as we thought they were to get the French kid. Supposed to be the number one, so they went with Shaq and Dang. So they got a very young team. I think some people starting to think they won the draft. Some people starting to think that they probably make the playoffs next year. I kind of pumped the brakes on that. They're very young, so you asking the maturity from Shea Gillings, you asking a lot of maturity from Josh Gaddy, you asking a lot of security from um, maturity and growth from Darius Baisley, and so Shat Holmgren. So they got a lot of talent. It's just gonna be finding their way through the league, maturing, but they should be at the top, in a few years. So nonetheless, so I mean, once you look at it, it was a great trade. Kemba Walker ate up almost $10 million in cap space, but he's gonna get bought out. So I don't know how that affects the cap with him getting bought out. Hopefully, somebody a little bit more literate or a little bit more knowledgeable in that whole situation. But it worked out for us, and we didn't even have to take on the Gordon Hayward contract. The Knicks just dumped their contract over here in Kemba Walker, and I thought it was like 30 some $1 million, but apparently he signed a new contract. So, I mean, cool. But yeah, we ended up with Durham. It was one of the dudes that we spotlighted We spotlighted in leading up to this draft. One guy beat Taylor one. I didn't mind it. I don't think Benjamin Ford minded it. Big athletic guy. Some people say he put you in the mindset of Dwight Howard. I mean, let's see his combine measurements. Strong. I think he had the wingspan of like 7'3", 7'4". So I don't think it was no. I don't think he measured at the combine. Yeah, it's Apollo, Shaq, Jabari, Ivy. They didn't measure. So yeah, a lot of these dudes didn't measure, but yeah, Jalen Duren didn't measure, but he will get an NBA height. So they said about 6'10", 7'5" wingspan. So explosive athlete, gets quick, and so he's an athlete. Explosive, got the tenacity. He dogged out Shet in the tournament too. Tenacity, nasty, long wingspan. Probably still a growing man, bro. If you being honest, he probably still growing. Mark Williams, he was the bigger guy, but I don't think he was as mobile as he is. And he only 18 years old. He won't be 19 until November 18th. So you gotta remember too that that Jason Tatum, he grew. Yeah, Tatum grew not too long ago. He grew up all the way to 6'10", so he's still growing people. He's 18 years old, so we gonna see, man. That's what you're looking for in the middle: athletic, explosive, nasty, dirty, do the dirty work. I think the biggest difference between him and Mark Williams might have been the athleticism, and obviously Mark Williams' wingspan is a little bit longer, but I think Durham has a higher upside offensively. So that's what it is. I think Durham has higher upside offensively. So yep, I think he got higher upside offensively, and I think that's kind of where you going with it at. I think offensively, that's kind of where they kind of like differ at. But Mark Williams would have been a tremendous pick too. So yeah, we spotlighted him. I was one of the guys we wanted. So I was one of the dudes that like, one of the dudes that you look and say that's what you need. Some people like, man, so you can't shoot, you can't do the, you don't need him to shoot. You need him to anchor the middle of the. You need him to anchor the middle of the. You need him to anchor the middle of the defense. That's what you're asking him to do. Robert Williams can't shoot a lick neither, but that's what you need him to do. Anchor. Anything he can give us offensively, in the post. That's just icing on the cake. So he continues to. Hopefully he continues to. Develop his game because that ain't gonna do nothing but help. They ain't gonna do nothing but help. So he keep developing, that's good. But yeah, that's what you're looking at. Just continue to, evolve as an offensive player. But you really got him in here to be Ben Wallace. Come on. So that's kind of where you kind of looking at him at. You know, so explosive athlete. That's the one thing you notice. 7'5" wingspan. That's what you need. So the Pistons got more explosive. They got way more explosive. So that's what you want now. Being explosive and the mental aspect of the game is two different things. It's two different things. Now a lot of these dudes, great athletes, a lot of great athletes on the street who didn't make it to the league. So think about that for a minute. So you gotta want to grow. Don't let the money change you. Work hard, and you don't know. You really don't. You really don't know until you put them in a position, give them the money. How you gonna mesh with the team? They're a young team, so they need some veteran presence in that locker room, and that's the report saying is that they're gonna you know They're going to track down and look for veteran presence. Veteran guys to fill this team out. Duren might not be ready. You never know. Ivy might not be ready. But if just in case they ain't ready, you plug in some veteran guys. When stuff ain't going, when the stuff ain't going away, some veteran guys that been there, right the ship, and able to steer clear of the BS and be able to get some respect in the locker room. So sometimes the coaches can't do that. Sometimes players got a better connection with other players. So just something to think about real quick. But the Kemba Walker's obviously getting bought out. People laugh and say, "Y'all took Kemba, so what?" And we did keep Kemba as a veteran presence in the locker room, good person come off the bench, good explosive. We still could play, so it wasn't been no bad thing to keep him. But apparently he on his way out. He getting bought out. So with him getting bought out, that's fine. I like Kemba Walker. I liked him in college. You know, but yeah, the buyout is coming. I would predict he probably gonna try to make it over to the Lakers. So I mean, and the Knicks, people saying, well, the Knicks, what are they doing? They didn't draft anybody. The Knicks got future compensation, and they got future compensation. On top of that, they got the cap space to bring in Jalen Brunson. So we're no longer in the Jalen Brunson sweepstakes. So they signed his daddy, and now they open up to the sweepstakes. So if Dallas let them go, then they look like geniuses. If they get the cap space and got nobody spending on, they look stupid. So I mean, so other alternatives for them, maybe bring in John Wall. It's only one more year deal, so maybe they bring in John Wall, see if it will happen. Maybe they try to steer Levine to Detroit, to New York. Web Chicago getting his head, but Kemba Walker gonna get bought out. So that is what it is. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. All that's in the description. You can find me also in my link trees, first link in the description. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, uh, Spotify, Anchor, the whole thing there, man. So hopefully you check us out on Spotify and Anchor and subscribe and rate me on Spotify. The more support I get, um, the more support I get from on Spotify, open up to iTunes, Apple, whatever, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and all that. So, yep, the more I get support from there, I open the podcast up to different platforms. So make sure you check it out. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase chance notifications. Peace.